Hello everyone, welcome back. This is your reading, for Saturday, April 12th. We have the full moon happening later tonight. And Venus is going to go direct too, stationing direct at 6:02 p.m. Pacific. But meanwhile, what does the tarot want us to know about today? On the political level, and what do we really need to know? There we go. Okay, so maybe in the morning time things go a little more smoothly. That would be really nice, right? Especially with it being Saturday. And then the theme for the day is big change. Don't worry, I think it has to do with big changes, because remember, this is politically. Now, you know what this could be on another level too, because this is our immigration card here, the Six of Swords. The Death card always brings through, an ending and a beginning. It's death rebirth, actually. So I get the feeling it has to do with big changes for greedy people. Big changes for people who are just so darn smug with what they have. With the Nine of Cups being reversed, it could be, the dude that wears he doesn't wear a red hat, but red hat Russian. Could be that. Could be big changes for MAGA people, because maybe they don't like seeing what Trump's doing to, deporting people, sending people to El Salvador without due process. I mean, it set Joe Rogan off enough to, start talking about it. And MAGA people listen to him. So, and they can be swayed because, MAGA they're cult members. They can be swayed by another cult leader. Right? So, who's this guy down here who's lost his crown? If my camera would focus. Come on, right there. It still won't go. I don't know why. Right here. Oh, I give up. I think it's time to shop for a new camera before tariffs go nuts again, right? So, anyway, keywords for the Nine of Cups when it comes through reversed are greed and dissatisfaction based on the fact that money don't buy you love. Also maybe feeling really weighed down. It's also our card for emotional immaturity when it comes through reversed. So there's that possibility there. Sometimes too, it's being exploited, like that, like extorted, exploited, that kind of energy. Because, you think of having satisfaction when it's upright, but when it's reversed, everything's falling out of the cups. So you're not feeling good, feeling let down, feeling weighed down. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about MAGAs, and I'm talking about Putin. Because Putin he really, really wants everything to go to hell and back, and you don't even get a handbasket, he wants us to be in a hell realm because that's who he is. But when we're moving forward to some calmer waters, and there's been a big change for this guy who's lost his crown down here, and nobody's listening to that crap anymore, then somebody in a red hat country who likes to wear red hats, boy, if only the MAGA people knew that hopefully they'll wake up someday. But if they could understand that they've been fed Putin's playbook all along, that Trump has been working for Putin all along, and he is the biggest traitor. And if they understood all the transnational money laundering, human trafficking, crime syndicate, but no, instead they called Democrats pedophiles. Well, they're losing their heads, they're gone. They're gone. Let's look at the astrology. Okay. So, we have, I have it set for 5 a.m. I'm going to show you the full moon chart in a minute, but I just wanted to see, because all the aspects are the same as yesterday, so nothing's really changed, except for early in the morning, we have this inconjunct here, which creates the need for an adjustment. And it's coming from the moon, which is the mood of the people in people-oriented sign Libra. And the adjustment is going up to Ceres here. So we're talking, what we will nurture, what we will protect, and we're thinking more broadly than ever. And so there's a nice, it is an adjustment, but between Libra and Pisces, I think it's a good adjustment. I really do. And then, of course, with the disruption aspect here, the sesquisquare is a very disruptive, detour-minded kind of, or, you run into a big problem, you have to go the other direction, or you just can't go now, you're blocked. Coming from people in power who, on the dark side of Aquarius, who don't care about anyone else because they think they're better than everyone else, right? And there's that problem because they're learning something. People are teaching, right? Right here. From the moon to Libra, we've got that aspect of teaching and learning coming from the people. I really like that. Okay, so let's look at the Libra full moon. Here we go. So this comes in at 5:22 p.m. And you can see, of course, the moon is exactly opposing the sun. That's what a full moon does. And we can see that the sun is sandwiched right in the middle of Chiron and Eris. So there's really there are two big spotlights on the fact that people want, and especially women, are enraged by not feeling that they have autonomy over their own bodies. Because women, everyone, most of all, needs to feel independent. We need to have. You don't feel independent unless you have. Well, if you're not of the status quo, if you have yourself, you're going to feel independent anyway. But you want that mirrored back to you in the outer world. And when it's not, you start feeling like, oh, what's coming down the pike? Handmaid's Tale, slavery, that kind of thing. And when you have the polarities of Virgo and Pisces going on, we're already in that realm of slavery and working in ways that we don't want to work, doing work we don't want to do to earn a living, not being happy with our work. So this full moon is really going to heat those issues up, and people will rebel. People will not be having it anymore. And so this is what this lunation is all about. Standing up for yourself, moving forward, living the way you want to live, because this is your life. This is your existence on Earth. And you have lots of friends who feel the same way, the exact same way. And if we bring the aspects to, the normal 3 to 6 degrees, look at the moon there with these two inconjuncts headed to or connecting with. So adjustments from the public and your friends your social, this is literally social, sociality. And is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word. But anyway, the adjustment is coming over to Venus, your values and your love for other people, and Saturn, the structure of your life, creating a spiritual foundation. And if it doesn't jive with the government, then so be it, because it's your life. And they work for us, and we need to keep teaching them that. And you can see Venus is still, retrograde here. It's about ready to go direct, station direct. So I'll just, you know what? Let's just do the minutes, because it's not that many. Come on. Well, I thought it's supposed to be 6. Oh, yeah, that is quite a few minutes. I should have just did it in an hour. It's 6:02 p.m. There you go. Oh, that's 6:04. You know what? Maybe my other ephemeris was off. There's 6:03. There's 6:02. So no, it was off. See, they print those things out, and then we have these earth wobbles, and they're no longer accurate. So 6:03 p.m. Pacific time. Venus is now stationed direct, but it is going to take until May 16th to get out of the retro shade. And we're still under the Mercury retro shade, which won't end until, well, there's 3 actually. So the Mars retro shade will end, actually let's do it this way, and take notes. So April 26th will be out of the Mercury retro shade, okay? May 2nd will be out of the Mars retro shade, and we'll have, Mars will be in Leo way before then, so it'll feel better. But we look at the opposition, Mars opposing Pluto, it's building and building and building. And it won't be out of that. It'll start in that waning orb late April. So about the time that Mercury's out of the retro shade, Mars will be over here. So we'll be no longer getting so much misinformation. We will be no longer being misunderstood as much. I can't guarantee you that I won't keep making mistakes coming out of my mouth, because I was born with Mercury retrograde, but 1/3 of the population is, so a lot of you can relate with me, I think. But maybe we'll have less typos, maybe we'll have less communication issues going on. But yeah, anyway. So by the end of April, early May, then we have the energy really moving forward, and to have Mars, and this is the last opposition we'll have it in 2 more years, and will be definitely then in the Leo Aquarius polarity, but. For now, it's for the months, the next few months, we're gonna have this Mars opposition that coming back around, and this is courage, and people want to have. Leo is about being able to creatively express yourself, and we are all co-creators. So if we don't have that because there's someone powerfully over here pushing against us, we're going to rebel. We're going to be like back and forth until there's a breakthrough, right? So we can expect that to heat up over some time, and then Venus will finally get out of its retro shade mid-May, and also, before we know it, it'll be into Aries. And we'll have Venus conjunct Neptune. And then later on, we'll have Saturn conjunct Neptune. So Neptune, that's right. So things will get easier. Well, they'll get more forceful. There will be a new flow of energy coming in, and people won't be having it anymore. Not at all. People are going to be just very, very courageous, knowing what they want, or maybe through the, working it out of the bag of getting what you don't want, because nobody wants tariffs, because tariffs are taxes. And a lot of people hopefully will have been informed of that fact. And this full moon lunation will be, I think, a good thing for us all coming together. So yeah, and then especially with Eris in the inconjunct aspect to the South Node, again, just those facts, all the facts coming through. And when you have facts, you can move forward. You really can. Hindsight is everything as well. And then you can see there's another, we don't have a yod, do we? No. What am I looking at? Well, wait, honestly, hold on. Hey, we do. Now, it's not going to last for long, but it is at the full moon. It's not there when I go to the, actually, wait, this is when Venus is direct. The full moon's at 5:22. Let me try it. Hold on. Yeah, no. But it's within our, if I played around with it, I could get you the exact time, but that's okay. It's good enough. There's a yod in here. See the moon's at the point, these two inconjuncts here. See these two green lines here, and this green line here, and then these sextiles that come together. So from the moon, the mood of the people, to Uranus, people waking up to what they really want, to their need for security, and then the opportunities between caring for each other and making comparison values against what's going on in the government. So there's another reinforcement. And in astrology, like if you're working on a natal chart, you're always looking for a signature. And when you see a repeating pattern, or you get the same message by looking at a bunch of different aspects and planets together and all that, if you've got 3, you've got it. And there's the third one. So, wow. I'm so looking forward to it. Okay, take care, you guys. Bye.